Alaikum wa rahmatullah to everyone. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah al-aliyyil azim. Alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina wa nabiyyina Abil Qasim al-Mustafa Muhammad wa alihi at-tayyibin at-tahirin la siyama baqiyatillah fil aradhin ajjalallahu ta'ala farajahu al-sharif. Allahumma akhrajni min dhulumat al-wahm wa akrimni bi nur al-fahm. اللهم افتح علينا أبواب رحمتك وانشر علينا خزائن علومك برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. Alhamdulillah, we have tawfiq to continue our study of Imam Mahdi Ajjal Allah Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif in Islamic scholarship. As you remember, we were talking about the birth of Imam alayhi salam, and then we mentioned something about the testimony of his father. I have two important stories to share with you, and then inshallah we move to the next part of our discussion, which would be about ghaibah or occultation. So far we have talked about Imam Mahdi in the Quranic verses, about Imam Mahdi in hadith of Shia and Sunni, and now we are inshallah at the end of Imam Mahdi's birth. We find that although there was no possibility of having natural upbringing and public, encounters with people for Imam Mahdi Ajjalallah Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif, because of the enemies expecting for his birth from before, and they wanted to make sure that they stop even him being born. So we mentioned all these things, but still Imam Askari alayhi salam, when was possible for the people that he was trusting, he was trying to either inform them or even show them the Imam alayhi salam. And also something happened after Imam Askari alayhi salam became martyr, and this was also something that helped some people, especially representatives of parts of Shia community, to be able to see Imam Mahdi Ajjalallah Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif. I will try to share with you the hadith that Sheikh Saduq Rahmatullah alayh mentions in Kamaluddin wa Tamamun Ni'mah. I hope you can inshallah see the text. Those who are not able to read Arabic, it's okay, I am translating inshallah, just if someone can read the Arabic. So you see here it's Kamaluddin wa Tamamun Ni'mah by Sheikh Saduq. This book is, as we said before, dedicated to Imam Mahdi, and it has a story how this was compiled. So volume 1, page 403. So this hadith is on page 503 of this edition, but if you want according to the chapter, so it is in Bab Thalatha wa Arba'in 43, hadith 25. It's in that section. So the story is this: Abul Adyan, he was a person who was helping and serving Imam Askari alayhi salam. He says, كنت أخدم الحسن بن علي بن محمد بن علي بن موسى بن جعفر بن محمد بن علي بن الحسين بن علي بن أبي طالب عليهم السلام. So Imam Askari alayhi salam. وأحمل كتبه إلى الأمصار. I was taking his letters to different cities. So he was a person that Imam trusted and was taking letters of Imam secretly because Khalifa didn't want Imam to communicate. فدخلت عليه في علته التي توفي فيها صلوات الله عليه. In the illness that led to his death, because he was poisoned, I visited him. فكتب معي كتبا. He wrote some letters and gave me. And said, امض بها إلى المدائن. He said, take this to the city of Madain. فإنك ستغيب 15 يوما. This journey of you would take, 15 days. So you will not be here for 15 days, basically. وتدخل إلى سر من رأى يوم 15. يعني 14 days will be away. On the 15th you will be here. Back to Samarra. But you would hear that people are crying and lamenting for my death. وتجدني على المغتسل. You would find my body on the place for washing. Abu al-Adyan was very concerned about then what would be the next Imam. So quickly, this shows that they had this concern from before, because there was no one publicly known to be the son of Imam who is nominated or introduced as a next Imam to everyone. He said, قلت يا سيدي فإذا كان ذلك فمن. My master, if that happens, then whom? Means whom we should follow. Imam Askari said, من طالبك بجوابات كتبي فهو القائم من بعدي. The one who would ask you the responses, the replies to my letters, he would be qa'im after me. So when you come back and bring replies to the letters that I am giving you, that person is the next Imam. He said, I told him, please tell me more, zidni. Then Imam Askari said, Man yusalli alayya fahuwa al-qa'imu ba'di. The one who says salat on my body, he's qa'im. He said, I told him, please tell me more. He said, Man akhbara bima fil hamyan fahuwa al-qa'imu ba'di. The one who would inform about what is inside a bag. The bag is qa'im after me. He said, منعتني هيبته أن أسأله عما في الهميان. The awe that I felt towards Imam stopped me to ask what is inside that particular bag that Imam is referring to. He doesn't know anything about that bag. What is the bag? What is inside? But he says, then I felt embarrassed to ask more. خرجت بالكتب إلى المدائن. I took this letter to Madain, I took jawabat, the answers, ودخلت سر من رأى يوم الخامس عشر كما ذكر لي عليه السلام. Exactly as Imam said, on the 15th day, I returned Samirra. And I saw, yes, فَإِذَا أَنَا بِالْوَاعِيَةِ فِي دَارِهِ. Then I saw that people are crying and lamenting in his house. وَإِذَا بِهِ عَلَى الْمُغْتَسَلِ. And body of Imam is on the place for washing, for ghusl. وَإِذَا أَنَا بِجَعْفَرِ بْنِ عَلِي. I then saw his brother Ja'far, the son of Imam Hadi, Ja'far Kadhab. He was next to the door, and there were some Shia around him and offering their condolences to him. He says, I told to myself, إن يكن هذا الإمام فقد بطلت الإمامة. If this Ja'far is going to be Imam, Imamah is finished. Because he says, لأني كنت أعرفه يشرب النبيذ يقامر في الجوسق ويلعب بالتنبور تنبور. Because I knew that he was a person who was sinful. He was gambling, he was playing haram music, he was, drinking. So he says, I was very sad and said, if Ja'far, as some people are offering condolences, if he's going to be in this position, then it's difficult. I mean, it's finished. But he says, تقدمت, I went further and gave my condolences, and he didn't ask me anything. Imam Askari had told him, Imam after me is the one who would ask you about the replies. Ja'far didn't ask me anything. ثم خرج عقيد. Then he says Aqid, who was one of the servants inside the house, then he came out. This is very interesting. Aqid, although he was a servant in the house, but it seems he was not someone who was very close and reliable. So he went to Ja'far Kadhab and said, Ya Sayyidi, قد كفنا أخوك فقم وصل عليه. He said, my master, your brother's body is now ready. Kafan shurud is done, completed. Come and say salat over his body. فدخل جعفر بن علي والشيعة من حوله. Ja'far ibn Ali and some Shia who were not very, very well informed or very, insightful, followed him. They thought, oh, he's the son of Imam Hadi, brother of Imam Askari, so he must be the successor, for example. So they went inside. فلما سرنا في الدار إذا نحن بالحسن بن علي صلوات الله عليه على نعشه مكفنا. Then we saw the body of Imam covered with kafan. فتقدم جعفر بن علي ليصلي على أخيه. Then this Ja'far Kadhab went to say prayer over the body of Imam Mahdi. Imam Askari. فلما هم بالتكبير. When he was just going to say Allahu Akbar, خرج الصبي. Then a very young son came, and he gives some of the characteristics of the appearance of Imam, and says he took the cloak, the rida of Ja'far, and said, Ta'akhar ya am, my uncle, go back, فَأَنَا أَحَقُّ بِالصَّلَاةِ عَلَىٰ أَبِي. I am more qualified to say salat on my father. And Ja'far's face became pale, and he went back. He was shocked. He was not aware of the birth of Imam. فَتَقَدَّمَ الصَّبِي وَصَلَّى عَلَيْهِ. Then this young boy went further and said salat over the body of his father, and then Imam Askari was buried next to the grave of his father Imam Hadi. Then he says, Imam Mahdi Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif told me, Ya Basri Hat Jawabat al-Kutub allati ma'ak. This Abu al-Adyan was from Basra. Imam said, oh, the one who is from Basra, give me the replies to the letters which are with you. The replies which are with you. فَدَفَعْتُهَا إِلَيْهِ. So he says, I gave the replies to him and told myself, هَذِهِ بَيِّنَتَانِ. So these are two bayina, because he said the prayer on the body of Imam. He also asked me for replies, so he was aware of both. Then he was waiting for the third one, which was that he knows what is inside Hamyan, at the back. He says, that something continues, and then he says that a group came from Qom, and they asked, where is Imam Askari alayhi salam? They told them Imam has passed away. They said, to whom we should offer our condolences? Some people said, to Ja'far. So they went to Ja'far and said salam, and then they said, we have some letters and some money. Tell us to whom these letters belong and what's the money with us, so that we give them to you. Ja'far was moving his clothes and became angry and said, do you expect us to know qilmul ghaib? What type of question is this? What is the money that we have brought? Or what are the letters? What type of questions are you asking? At that time, a servant came out and told them, letters of so and so and so and so are with you. So gave the names of the people who had given these letters, and also said that in your hemyan, in your bag, there is 10,000 dinars, but out of them 10 dinars are worn out. So they were then very happy that they realized that, yes, this person is sent by Imam, the real Imam, the 12th Imam. So this story is very interesting, And then we have another hadith which actually seems to be about the same group. And it's maybe the only time that Imam Mahdi met publicly a group of people. That hadith is in, again, Kamaluddin wa Tamamun Ni'mah, but about a page later. So this starts in page 504. Yes. So I share again a screen with you. Sorry. You see Kamaluddin wa Tamamun Ni'mah, page 404. So Abu al-Hasan Ali ibn Sanan al-Musali says that my father informed me that when Imam Askari alayhi salam departed this world, then some delegations came من وفد من قم والجبال وفود. Some delegations came from Qum and Jibal, mountains. بالأموال التي كانت تحمل على الرسم والعادة. They brought some money that normally they used to bring to Imam alayhi salam. وَلَمْ يَكُنْ عِنْدَهُمْ خَبَرُ وَفَاتِ الْحَسَنِ alayhi salam. They didn't know Imam Askari has passed away. فَلَمَّا أَنْ وَصَلُوا إِلَى سُرِّ مَنْ رَأَى سَأَلُوا عَنْ سَيِّدِنَا الْحَسَنِ ibn Ali. They asked, where is Imam Askari? They were told, he has passed away. فُقِدَ. قالوا من وارثه? Who is his warith? Some people said his brother Ja'far ibn Ali. فَسَأَلُوا عَنْهُ. Then they said, where is he to meet him? They found him. He is on a boat in Dijla, the river of Dijla, and is drinking and has people who are singing with him. They then started talking to themselves and did mashwara among themselves. This person doesn't seem to be Imam. Laysat min sifat al-Imam. So some of them said, then we take these back to the people who gave us. These were very reliable people. Look at their trustworthiness. They said, now we take them back all the way to Qom, etc., because they told us to give it to Imam. Imam has passed away, and this person cannot be Imam, the next Imam. One of them was Abu al-Abbas Muhammad ibn Ja'far al-Himyari al-Qummi. You know, Qum is a very special city for different reasons. One of the reasons is that from the very first time Islam entered the city of Qum, it was inhabited by the followers of Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam. We have exceptional cities like this in Iran, like Kashan, Ray, and Qum. But then Qum was also a host for narrators which were very careful and reliable. And this is why Lady Ma'suma, when near Sawa was stopped, their caravan was attacked, and the tragedies happened, she asked to be taken to city of Qum. So, and I said last week that from the time of even Imam Askari, there was connection between people of Qum and Imam, and the masjid known as Masjid Imam Askari was built with communication of Imam Askari alayhi salam. So, this person from Qum said, let's wait. We don't need to go back quickly. Let's inquire more. قفوا بنا حتى ينصرف هذا الرجل ونختبر أمره بالصحة. We wait till this person who has gone now, on a boat, comes back to the house, and then we are going to have a chat or conversation with him. So when Ja'far al-Kadhab went back again, they went to him and said salam to him, and they said, Ya Sayyidana, because he was Sayyid, son of Imam. Nahnu min ahl Qum wa ma'ana jama'atun min ash-Shi'ah wa ghayraha wa kunna nahmilu ila Sayyidina Abi Muhammad al-Hasan ibn Ali al-Anwar. We are some people from Qum, and there are some Shia with us, and there are also people from outside Qum, ghayr Qum. And we used to bring money to Imam Askari alayhi salam. Ja'far said, Aina here? Where is this amwal? Where are these amwal? We said, they are with us. Ma'ana. He said, bring to me. Ihmaluha ilayya. We said, no. These have a special thing. These are from people, Shia people. Some people have given 1 dinar. They had only 1 dinar. But they were so committed that even if they had 1 dinar khums, they used to send for Imam. If they had the 2 dinars, they put in the keys in bags and seal it. When we used to come to Imam Askari alayhi salam, he was informing us about every single money in this bag. And even he was telling us what is on the seal. Ja'far said, Kadhabtum, you are lying. My brother was not doing this. This is ilmul ghaib, and only Allah knows ghaib. When they heard this from Ja'far, they started looking at each other, and he said, bring this money to me. They said, Inna qawmun musta'jarun wukala'u li'arbab al-mal. We are commissioned with this. We are agents of people. People have trusted us. La nusallimu al-mal illa bil-alamat. We cannot give this to anyone except if, like Imam Askari, someone tells us about the details. If you are Imam, barhin lana, prove it to us. Otherwise, we will take them back. And then they can decide whether they want to send it to you, they want to do something else, it's up to them. Ja'far became very upset and perhaps thought that if this continues, he cannot assume the role of Imam. And because Khalifa wanted to have someone like him as Imam of the Shia. So he went to the Khalifa. Khalifa was in Samarra and complained about these people. Khalifa said, bring them to me. And said, Ihmalu hadha al-mal ila Ja'far. Give this money to Ja'far. They didn't want to fight with Khalifa. They respectfully said to Khalifa, Aslah Allah. May Allah make your affairs salih. We are some people who are commissioned and trusted by people, and they gave us this money. We should give to the people that they can give us the signs. And this was the habit with Imam Askari alayhi salam. he said, what was the sign that you used to receive from Imam Askari? Of course, he didn't say Imam Askari, he was saying Abu Muhammad. They said he was explaining, describing all dananir, every dinar, who gave dinar, all details. And then after that we were giving to him. And we did this many times. But now he has passed away. If he is, referring to Ja'far, if he is the one who is his wasi, then he should do the same thing. Otherwise we take it back to the people who have given this. Ja'far said, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, these are liars and they are telling lies about my brother. This is ilmul ghaib. But Khalifa said, no. And he had already killed Imam alayhi salam, so didn't want to do, interfere in the small things. So he said, these are sent by people as messengers, and ma ala rasul illa al balagul mubin. They are only responsible to do what they are asked to do. So Ja'far had no answer. He was speechless. So then they wanted to leave, but as Ghulam came to them and was looking very beautiful and called us by name, said, Ajibu Mawlakum, respond to your master. Because he was very beautiful, and we thought maybe he is the wasi. What do you mean? They wanted to know more and test. We said, Anta Mawlana, you say Ajibu Mawlakum. Said, no, Ma'adallah, Ana Abdu Mawlakum, I am his servant. Ma'adallah, how can I be? You must go to your Imam. And then they entered the house of Imam Askari alayhi salam. فإذا ولده القائم سيدنا عليه السلام قاعد على سرير كأنه فلقة قمر عليه ثياب خضر. Then we saw his son sitting on a throne, on a bed, and he was like part of moon, and he had green clothes. We said salam to him, he replied, and then he said, all the money that you have is this much dinar. This person has given this much, this person given this much, and he mentioned all the details. And also he said, what clothes and what things you have brought with yourself. And then he says, فَخَرَرْنَا سُجَّدًا لِلَّهِ. Then we went to sajda, to shukr, that alhamdulillah we managed to find our Imam. وَسَأَلْنَاهُ عَمَّا أَرَدْنَا. And whatever questions we had, we asked, and Imam gave answer to our question. We gave him the money, but then Imam said, don't bring next time any money to Samirra. I am going to appoint someone in Baghdad, and then you give the money to him, and tawqi'at, my written messages, would come from him in Baghdad. So this is most likely to be the same story and the same people from Qom. So this was a very special case because some representatives of the Shia, they managed to meet Imam Mahdi Ajalallah Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif in a public way. Before that, as I said, sometime Imam Askari showed to one person or a few people very privately. So in this way, our discussion about birth of Imam Askari alayhi salam and his 5 years till his father was martyred and the Ghaiba started, finished. So we have reached the year 260 after Hijrah. Inshallah, after break, we start the next part about Ghaiba. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen.
Recording stopped. Thank you very much, Sheikh.